Good morning, good morning. Hi, this is Daniel Chou, Freedom Warrior. Uh, Welcome to this morning's show. Today we have a very, very special guest, and he is also my mentor, Jay Lee, aka Sales Ninja. I call him Master. Okay, and today is gonna be it's going to be an open training, and because he is the very well-known high ticket closer in the industry. Okay, so I just want to bring him on the show and also see how we can help you guys to close more high ticket sales, and we can give more back to what really matters in life. Okay, so now let's welcome Jay Lee. Hey Jay, how are you? Sorry, I cannot hear you. How are you?
Oh, am I muted?
Nah, that you're fine right now. Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for inviting me to your show. Looking forward to, jamming with you on this podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy. So tell us a little bit about your background, because people may not be familiar with what you do exactly. I mean, because most of my audience they heard about high ticket closers, and but can you tell us a little bit about your background, what this job really does, and just share with us your journey.
Sure. So my background is, I'm born in Toronto. I'm Korean Canadian, and every parent wants their, or at least Asian parent. I mean, here I am stereotyping, wants their child to be doctor, dentist, or lawyer, right?
Yep.
And so I ended up studying science because my parents wanted me to do that. Ended up hating it, absolutely hating it, but ended up getting my BS, my Bachelor of Science,
Okay, okay, okay.
and then pivoting to college to do marketing and sales. Absolutely loved it. Ended up in the largest bank here in Canada,
Uh-huh.
doing national sales for Visa. So I helped launch one of the actually the most successful Visa card reward travel rewards mile card in the country, in the nation. And so my role was to help train 70,000 employees, 1,300 branches, be the subject matter expert, do competitive analysis. That sort of kind of got me into the marketing and sales very early on. I
Mm-hmm.
pivoted from 5 years of banking into full-time pastoral ministry. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's you don't do it for the money. It's not high ticket, but you do it to serve and love people well.
Right.
And I think those 10 years I don't take back, because that's where I learned the secret of loving and serving people without anything in return. And I think that's what helped me get into high ticket sales. So fast forward today, because I was raising support as a pastor and my ministry, that was dwindling in the latter years. And so I had to pivot and learn digital marketing, from paid advertising to copywriting to sales and closing to, funnels, video sales letters, VSLs, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And spending about $50,000 on my own income that I didn't have a lot of. And my wife is an accountant, and she's like, how many more courses and masterminds and coaches are you going to hire? And when are you going to start making money? And I know some of
Okay.
you can raise your hands and say, I'm in the same boat. I've spent so much money. I tried so many courses and I don't have the ROI to show for it. And lo and behold, I started closing for some high ticket coaches. And within the first month, part time, I closed, I think, 85 grand in the first
Uh-huh.
month.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the second month, I closed 105,000 part time. I was working maybe 10 hours, 15 hours a week, while working a full time enterprise SaaS, software as a service job. So I had a full time job. I did this part time, closed $105,000 with three little kids and a brand new sales puppy.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, just bring our audience back to how I encountered you at the first time. And basically, I got to know Jay. That was back in May 2020. That was the initially when I just starting out my affiliate marketing business, and I was struggling. And I mean, I got the chance to meet Jay over the phone, and I spoke to him, and I mean, I immediately got blown away about his sales strategies, and that's the first time I realized that I probably did something wrong because I was struggling, and sales, and Jay is closing sales like crazy. I mean, big amount of sales. So, I mean, you were the one who actually inspired me that I need to look into like high ticket field. So I really appreciate that.
My pleasure. And I look up to you with all the stuff that you're doing. So you're my mentor in many ways as well, within the affiliate space, in the organic space, in the lead generation space, in the YouTube space. So I mean, this guy, Daniel, I mean, he's legit. I mean, he's the real deal. So if anyone's looking at working with Daniel, I mean, the reason why we're on this call is because I love who he is. I love what he represents. I love, in this space where so many people, unfortunately, can be people who just want to take your money and run. That this guy really cares, and so I'm glad to be on this call with you.
Oh, I thank you for your kind words. So tell us a little bit what exactly high ticket closer do and what kind of product can be categorized as high ticket.
Great question. So high ticket closing typically, and it depends on the context and depends on the coaching space. So I'm in the coaching space where people generally say that $2,000-$3,000 starting minimum is high ticket. Anything less than that, it's really hard to grow and scale. And if you think about it, like if you sold, 100 items at $1, and then you sold one item at $100, and this is the metaphor, but if we say $10,000 versus $100, then it's a lot easier to close the high ticket sale because the same time, energy, and effort that it takes to close a $100 client is the same amount of energy and time and effort to close a $10,000 client. And I've kind of lived to see that true and have proven to see that that is also the case.
I see. I see. So, if you guys are watching this live, so just drop hashtag live. And in the meantime, feel free to post your questions in the comment area because today I am going to have Jay to share as much value as possible to you guys and hopefully can help you guys to close more high ticket sales. So, Jay, here's my question. I mean, I know a lot of people are very comfortable of selling like $100 item, okay, but they have that kind of either mindset or skill, lack of skill set for them to sell something like $2,000 product. And what's your take on that?
Yeah, so I'll give you an answer with a story. Like, because I was a pastor, I always try to answer questions with, as Jesus did, with parables and stories.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you had a brain tumor that was life-threatening and you had two choices, just say I'm the salesperson. I said, okay, Daniel Chou, you have a life-threatening brain tumor that you have literally, let's say, 24 hours to live. You have the lower ticket route or the more affordable route, and you have the higher ticket route, which is gonna probably put you out and make it very uncomfortable for you. The lower ticket route, if you want to go that route, is we have a medical student who is in their first year. They're a full-time butcher. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they have currently a 0% close rate or 0%, sorry, success rate with their surgery, but they've done a lot of animals and they've butchered a lot of animals. So hopefully that gives you some confidence. Not, and that's a $1,000 ticket price, or let's say that's a $100 ticket price. Or you can go to someone like Daniel Chou, who's a renowned surgeon who has written books. He teaches at Stanford and Columbia and all these different universities and colleges all around the world. He's the most sought after surgeon, neurosurgeon, and he has a 99.8% success rate. The only challenge that sometimes people may have is even though success rate is that high, the price to get the surgery with him, which is a waiting list, is $100,000.
Hmm.
So you can do that $1,000 with our first year medical student who is a full-time butcher, who has a 0% success rate on his surgeries, or you can have a 99.8% with $100,000. So the choice is yours. I mean, it depends on how big the pain is and how much you value your life.
I see. I see. That's very good. Very good point. And here is one question coming from from this audience. Sorry, I cannot see your name on here, but yeah, um, this Facebook user is asking how to find clients to sell high ticket. I think that's a common question that I encounter every day. Okay, how can we find the ideal clients, or what's the process for us to find that our ideal target clients who are ready for us to pitch high ticket items?
So just to clarify, is this a question to find out how they can do high ticket closing for a coach, or is this they have a high ticket offer and how do they find their ideal clients?
Well, they have high ticket. I would say they most of my audience are affiliate marketers,
Oh,
so
I see.
they represent or promote some kind of high ticket item,
Gotcha.
uh, but they are having trouble to find people will actually take on their offer.
Gotcha. Okay, that's $1 million question right there. So it really depends. The answer is it depends. Like what you can do in Facebook, if you didn't know this already, I didn't actually know this before, which is really mind blowing, is on Facebook you can go to the search bar and people will pay. You have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to learn this, but I'll give it to you for free because Daniel is a friend of mine. You can search for like let's say your affiliate marketing helps female entrepreneurs who are busy moms, for example, and it
Hmm.
helps them solve that problem. And really, affiliate marketing, probably depending on the solution, can help a lot more people than that. But let's say that's the niche. You can actually go to Facebook search bar, sorry, and you can type in mompreneur or female entrepreneur or female, businesswoman. Like you can do all these different searches, and what you'll find is it'll come up with a search that comes with the criteria of your search criteria, like the mompreneurs, for example, and it'll come up with either threads or comments of people that are asking questions saying, "Hey, I'm a busy mom. I'm living in complete chaos. Can someone help me, thrive and achieve calm through coaching or through some system?" That's one example that you'll find. Another example when you search mompreneur is that there will be several groups that with that word that hit that search criteria, where there will be like Facebook groups of mompreneurs that in the hundreds, if not tens of thousands or more, which is your ideal client avatar. What you start doing is you start joining these Facebook groups. Please read their rules and please abide by them. Do not friend people. Do not start pitching people. That is the worst thing I hate people doing to me. I
Right.
unfriended them right away and I said, sorry, just the way that your outreach is for me, it doesn't, we're not a good fit. If
Right.
you, I'm a sucker for good sales. That's why I'm in sales. If you can pinpoint a solution to the pain that I'm trying to solve, the bigger the pain, the bigger the solution, and the bigger the ticket price. So I'll give you another example in a story form. I used to, I'm pretty frugal, so I try to, be careful with the finances that God has entrusted me with. And I started buying these, kind of inexpensive jackets and, rainwear and stuff like that. And they would either rip or they would seep through, and I would get soaked. And I'm a golfer, so it's very uncomfortable. So I thought maybe I should invest more money. So I started investing a bit more money, and I found that if I kind of, you know, cheapened out, even on the more expensive ones, I still got the same results where I wasn't getting, I wasn't staying dry. I wasn't, I didn't have a fully waterproof jacket. I ended up spending $1,000 on a rain jacket.
Mm.
$1,000. I don't know about you guys, but I don't ever spend that kind of money. Okay. The
Okay.
reason why I spent that kind of money is because it has a lifetime no hassle warranty and the service is incredible. I put them to the
Mm.
test because I actually, after a year and a half of having this jacket, I had a little tear in my pocket, and it started ripping open inside the Gore-Tex. And so I mentioned it to the service, and right away they gave me a credit for the full amount, which I replaced with a brand new $1,000 jacket. So I see, $1,000 I pay one time, it's a lifetime guarantee. So I basically paid $1,000 for a jacket that I'll get for the rest of my life versus buying all these 100, 200, $300 jackets that I'll have to probably pay, once every 2 years, spend more money, be more miserable and wet.
I
So
see.
I think it makes more sense. So back to the question is you can find these Facebook groups, you can find these threads by putting the search criteria and then joining those groups, adding value, not pitching, and then putting like a honey post where it says, hey, if you're interested in going from chaos to calm in your mompreneur life, here's some case studies. How many of you, raise your hands, want to see some case studies on how we've helped 10 mompreneurs go from chaos to calm and hit $10,000 months?
So, oh, so provide value and also make some kind of post that will make people to raise their hand, want to know more about what you got to offer. Is that correct?
Exactly. So I did that in one group. I got 45 calls in 30 days.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, that's great advice. Thank you. I'm gonna try that. And also, here's another question. Okay, from Modesta. She's asking. She's saying that she found that it's hard to find really good groups in affiliate marketing. Okay, I know that also some of my students. They try to start off from Facebook, but most of Facebook out there are people who are only interested in promoting their stuff. Okay, so most of people find is maybe low value, or it's very hard to find a very good Facebook group that they can really develop their business inside that group. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm answering this properly, so please correct me or ask me again, Modesta and Daniel. So one thing I found is really being able to harness and leverage your own Facebook group. You have an amazing Facebook group that's super interactive. You engage with them really, really well. I think you're a great role model. I've actually forwarded many and referred many people to your group that you probably don't know about.
Thank you so much.
Because I said follow what Daniel is doing because he's an absolute affiliate king. And if you just kind of look at his copy, if you look at his videos, if you look at his YouTube, if you look at his reviews, if you look at the results he's been able to get, just learn from him. So definitely leveraging your own Facebook group if you don't already have is key. And if you have to start from scratch, I know it sounds like it's discouraging. I just started 30 days ago. Okay, I have 89 people in my group, and I did a 7-day beta launch, and I closed 8 people in 7 days.
Wow. 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 Oh, so I mean, if you really know how to do this properly, you don't need to really have a huge group. The more importantly is how engaged that your group members inside your Facebook group, right?
Yeah, so inside your Facebook group, also Modesta, finding those other groups outside. So again, I'm not sure if this is vernacular, but when you're looking for groups outside of your own Facebook group, I don't really look for affiliate marketing. I look for what the solution that you're trying to solve. So let's
Mm,
say it's people like I said, mompreneurs, or let's say it's people. Maybe there's a Facebook group that are like people who want to quit their 9 to 5 jobs. I bet you there's a group that's probably 10,000 plus of how do I fire my boss Facebook group, or how do I leave my 9 to 5 corporate job Facebook group, right? And I bet if anyone started this, and you can give me credit for it later, you'll probably grow a group that's 10,000 plus, because majority of people, a lot of people, um, just want to escape that 9 to 5 slavery, if you will, and want to be the boss of their own businesses and make their own money.
oh, this is gold. This is gold. Yeah, because before I still remember. Yes, I before I had my private Facebook group. I keep searching other affiliate marketing style Facebook group,
Hmm.
and yeah, so that's the common problem we encounter. But I like your advice here. We go after that people has the challenge, and you have solution to solve that challenge.
Exactly.
That's gold. That's gold. I like it. And hey, what's up, Nate, Samit, Grace, and Chotu? Yeah, just get your guys' question ready. And if you have any questions, just drop them here. And Jake, I have this pleasure to bring Jay onto the show. So yeah, just get your question ready, and we're gonna spend our time try to answer all your questions. So um, what's your opinion, Jay? If somebody want to start, okay, learn how to actually close high ticket sales. Well, my question is like this: what kind of quality a person should develop in order for them to become an efficient high ticket closer?
Great question, Daniel. I think the quality that someone that's aspiring to become a high ticket closer or even get better at what they're doing and I've helped both, and people who are high ticket closers that want to be better, and people who want to get into high ticket closing, is understanding your why. Like, I understand that money is important, but if we're motivated by greed, then what we're doing is we're pushing a sale. Like, so, once you get into high ticket closing, just say, if you can future pace with me, and you're making pretty decent money, and you're closing good amounts of revenue, and you're making good amount of commission, take home commission. What can happen, and I've seen this happen to a lot of people, and the temptation has approached myself many times, is if someone's not a good fit, or someone doesn't really need the solution that I'm offering, it's so easy for me to, like, just persuade them and push them over the fence and say, hey, this is a perfect fit for you. This is going to help you, like, kind of promising something that's not going to help them. If you're in it for that game, you won't last very long. You might make a lot of money in the beginning, but longevity wise, it'll hurt you. Case in point is, I was working with a client. I helped increase his ticket price by 4,900%,
Hmm.
and basically built a sales script. He basically said, I'll waste a couple of leads on you to prove you wrong, that you can't do this, because I increased the ticket price from $1,000 to $50,000. And I practiced the script once, and I one call closed 50,000. First client was in UK, $36,000 in Manhattan, with a guy that was actually coming out of the ER with a nervous breakdown because his company was going to go bankrupt. And then $15,000 packages left, right, and center, to the point where they told me to stop selling because they couldn't handle the bandwidth and service on the fulfillment. So back to the question, Daniel, is the quality that I recommend is knowing your why. And I started off by saying, when you can have the why that says, I want to transform lives by loving and serving people, and providing them something that can actually help them. And I'll say this: just say, Daniel, you have the money, and you got the money right now, and let's say we're not a good fit, and you want in. I'll say, listen, Daniel, you know, we're not a good fit. Like, I know you've got the money, I know you got the desire, but I can't help you for X, Y, Z reasons. However, I know someone like Modesta who can actually help you even better than me. So I like to refer you to her.
Okay.
And then people are like, I did that several times. And what happened was, one girl, this is a true story that happened literally a month ago. I turned her down 3 months ago and said, we're not a good fit. She came back saying, I'll prove to you I'm a good fit. She came into the program, and she hit her first $12,000 in less than 30 days.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, and I have also my mentor, another mentor, Jonathan here. Hey, what's up, Jonathan?
Hey, Jonathan, I heard so much about you, bro.
Yeah. So, um, so for affiliate, I mean, for because most of my audience are affiliate marketers, okay, and they are sometimes they are looking for the opportunity for them to close their very first high ticket sales. Okay, I mean, they have no problem to sell like $100 ticket item, okay, $7 ticket item, but they haven't got their first high ticket sales yet. Okay, do you think that is because of their sales strategy, or because I also hear this kind of question a lot, is that when they have no results yet, okay, how to convince other people to buy high ticket product from you? Okay, let's say if you are starting from scratch, how you gonna do to make your first high ticket sale?
Wow, that's another catch-22 question, right? That's a difficult question to answer, but the best answer that I can give is, um, add as much value as you can first. Like I said, give always. Our call was, just giving and adding value, and we went from a three, to 33%, close rate. I think, if I'm not mistaken, with a $14,000 sale. One of my mottos, Daniel, and audience, is, sales without faith is dead.
Mm,
Sales without faith is dead. And what I'm trying to say, if you guys can listen up here, is, when you cannot believe in yourself, and when you cannot believe in your solution or the product that you're serving for someone else, it's going to be very difficult to sell others. When you are passionate about and believe with faith in the thing that you're offering, it comes across without even words. It's just your posture, it's your excitement, it's your energy, it's your countenance. So just like, Daniel, and I don't know, how many kids do you have again?
Right now I have two.
Okay. So, when you have a newborn, it's like you're excited and you tell everyone. You tell hospitals, strangers in the hospital, you tell people, and you tell the whole world, and people know that, and they celebrate with you, and they're like, wow, that's amazing, right? And when you're excited about something, people are more inclined to listen and celebrate with you and want to know more. So I think sales without faith is dead. So to answer the question about the catch 22, if I don't have results, I think it's really important to get results. And so, you kind of have to test in the laboratory, like, how can I get myself results? If you don't have results for yourself, go to Jonathan and leverage his results because you're part of his team. If you're in the Freedom Warriors, and then leverage, then that's what I have to do. I have no results. So I have to leverage, my influencer coach is saying, we produce at least one student that's hitting 6 or 7 figures every single week.
Mm,
I didn't have those results personally, but my coach did. So leverage Jonathan and his amazing success and say, hey, listen, this is the team that I'm a part of. We've helped 100 people hit $10,000 months, right? Or something
right,
like
right, right, right. I agree with you. Yeah, you have to really believe in. I mean, that the solution you bring to the table can really solve other people's challenge. Okay, that's why I mean that's why I'm doing okay with Jonathan's program because I really believe in his program, his product. I think it's one of the best. I mean, it's the best in this industry. So yeah, I have no problem to tell people about that. Let's take another question from Nate. Okay, Nate is saying, what's the best way to turn a cold lead into a high ticket with one sentence?
wow, Nate, that's a tough question. And this may not be a popular thing that you may or may not agree with, but I'm not here to people please. Something I say is, the investment that this coaching solution has for you, I believe can be a good fit, but it's not for everyone. So I actually dissuade and actually tell people maybe we're not a good fit, even from the onset. And I'm actually just trying to make sure I qualify the best person or persons. And because when I have students in my program, I don't want them to be whiners and complainers. Like,
Hmm.
I don't care if they pay me a lot of money. I don't need to work. I don't need headaches, and I don't want to be able to not to sleep at night. So I try to actually pre-qualify them or disqualify them from the onset. And what has happened is it hasn't repelled them. And actually, like the girl that I told you about, the case in point, I told her you're not a good fit. She came right
Right.
back 3 months later and said, I'm going to prove you wrong. She did 12,000 in the first 30 days. So best
Wow.
way I turn a cold to a hot ticket with one sentence is say, hey, this is a big investment. I'm not sure if you're ready to commit, and maybe we're not a good fit, but maybe you can prove me wrong.
Oh, yeah, that's great answer and good question from Nate. And Nate, he just closed. I mean, he is right now. He is also working for another company as their high ticket closer, and he
Nice.
just closed three $2,500 deals in the last week.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Nate. That's
yeah.
phenomenal.
Let's take another question from Modesta. Is it the best way to close high ticket sale by jumping on a call?
I don't understand the question.
Because there are some people using Facebook Messenger, like myself.
Oh, right.
90, I would say 80, 90% of my high ticket sales are coming from Facebook Messenger. Okay.
Do you mean closing the sale or doing the conversation?
Doing the conversation and closing the sales.
Okay, so are you saying 80, 90% of the messages and the conversations are sold on Messenger for you?
For me, yes. For
And what's
me.
the ticket price, if you don't mind me asking?
Ticket price is about 14.97.
Okay. Yeah, you could probably get away with that because it's under the 2 to 3,000 that I talked about. But when you get higher than that, it's going to be very, very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
So Modesta, it depends. So if your ticket price, I mean, again, follow Daniel, learn what he's doing to sell these 1497. If he's got a 90% close rate through Messenger without a sales call, I would, I would, I would bank that. I would learn from him. I would pay him to learn how he does that, because that's money in the bank, and that's a lot less interaction, a lot less headaches. And so, but if it's a higher ticket, I mean, because I'm selling packages that like are $5 to $50,000, people typically do not pay over Messenger from high ticket prices. They need to know what exactly am I getting, and what kind of support am I going to get? Do I have a guarantee? Do I have an ROI? What is your promise in terms of the amount of support that I'm going to get? So it all depends.
I see, I see, I see. Okay, and so while we are waiting for more questions coming in, let me just share my screen if I could, and also I have some more questions to ask Jay. Let me bring up my screen. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Okay, I mean the Jay, this is your page, right? You
Yeah,
close $105,000 per month while working part time, and so when I see your results, right, you got very amazing closing rate: 47%, 67%, 31%, and cold close 75% closing rate. I mean, these are amazing. What does it take for somebody to learn this, or
yeah.
or yeah, to improve their closing rate?
Good question. So if you're struggling with your close rate, and I think if you're doing 10, 15%, that's kind of like standard, industry standard, if you're doing pretty good. If you're doing like, 50 to 80%, that's like probably top one percentile. It also depends on your offer. It also depends on, the qualified leads. If you're triaging the calls with a setter, if you're getting ice cold leads, your conversion rates will go down and plummet. I actually was hitting these numbers with ice cold leads with no triage, believe it or not.
Mm,
So I had to indoctrinate people on the call, educate them because they didn't watch the videos. So these are things that are all things that we should not do. They're actually mistakes, in my opinion, and we should um, learn from that and make sure that we triage them, qualify them with a 15-minute discovery call if you have a high ticket pricing, and then get them onto a strategy slash sales call where you give them value. And typically, when people get on calls with me, they're pitching themselves. They're already pretty much sold because I've solved the problem to the pain that they have instead of listing a 100-sheet list of benefits and features, which a lot of salespeople do.
mm-hmm,
Which I think another mistake is don't do that, but rather than that, just look at one problem that you need to solve. So let's say your problem, Daniel, on the call that we're having is, my close rate is 3%, which is the truth. How do I increase my close rate? Okay, so I will only talk about how to increase your close rate. I'll only give you tools that increase your close rate, whether it's automated systems, whether it's messaging and cadences, whether it's higher open rates on messenger messages, whether it's a process or a strategy or a tactic on the sales call to build rapport to help you close at a higher conversion rate. And to also answer that question, I had a guy 2 years ago. I was in a high ticket coaching sales team. It was like a sales bunker where there was a bunch of people competing, and I was the only guy that was not getting inbound leads. Inbound leads are paid ad leads. They were getting 8 to 10 calls a day. I was doing
okay.
outbound prospecting, so I had to do outreach myself and book my own calls. So I was getting
Wow.
2 to 3 calls a day. They were getting 8 to 10. So I was a guinea pig because the owner wanted to test out outbound prospecting, and so these guys had their, calendars teed up. Mine, I had to, basically search, hunt, book, qualify, and close. And I still beat the entire team, even though I had, a third of the calls and I had to do all the work by myself. And I had one of my sales colleagues basically say, "How the bleep did you do that? Because I want to do the same." So he basically took all of my Zoom recordings with my calls one, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this till later, but he transcribed my entire script for all my calls. And then he verbatim used it on all of his future calls. And guess what happened to all those calls when he used my script?
What happened?
Take a guess.
Their closing rate skyrocketed.
No, he did nothing. He did as worse, as bad as he was doing before. And he was like, he was appalled. He was like, "I'm using everything that you're talking about. I watched your videos multiple times. He watched them. He was obsessed. And he says, "Why can't I do what you do?" And I said, "Bro, the difference between you and me is your why. You're motivated by money and greed, and I'm here to serve and to love people." Guess what happened
Wow.
after that?
Wow.
He started hitting six figures after that, a month.
Wow. Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. So yeah, guys, if you have any more questions, yeah, please just drop them in the comment section down below, and we will get to all your questions. And if you are interested in talking to Jay, I mean, to improve your high ticket closing skills, uh, I just want to bring Jay's social media up and also his website up, so you guys can follow him as well. Let me see. Okay, let me bring this up. So basically, yeah, you can join Jay's Facebook group from this link, and he just recently created his Facebook group, and he will be doing a series of training, especially to improve your high ticket closing skills. So make sure you join Jay's Facebook group, and also here is his website. Okay, you guys can just take screenshot of this live, and here is his website. So feel free to go to his website to check him out. Okay, see some of his references. I mean, he got a lot of good references. I mean, are all these high ticket closers? I mean, what are their backgrounds?
So I'll show you the first three. So Akbar Sheikh is a multiple seven-figure coach. He's a multiple two comma club award winner with Russell Brunson. He was one of the coaches that I did high ticket closing for, and I was able to close a lot of money for him. So he gives me a testimonial saying, "Yeah, Jay can sell." Basically, the guy on the right, he has built and sold over 18 7 to 11-figure businesses with a $1 billion exit. So
Oh,
he comes in basically as an acting CEO to basically grow and scale companies. His testimonial basically said something to the effect of, and you can check it yourself if you don't believe me. Jay has, been amazing to work with. He has integrity, he has character. This is what I talked about, loving, serving people.
mm-hmm.
And every single month on the dashboard, on the KPIs, he's come out as one of the top, if not top closers. And most importantly, the highest cash collected every single month percentage. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And then the third person, she's a seven-figure closer. She's just one of my colleagues, sweetheart, and she's just talking about how Jay is a real deal. This guy can close. If you need a closer, and if you need to learn how to close, call Jay up.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And let's take another question. Let's take another question from Modesta. She's asking, could you give some tips? What you should be saying on the call to increase closing rate? I already see Daniel's questions and what we should say in Jonathan's course. What could you suggest if you could share few nuggets?
Oh, there's so much. That's a whole program in itself. But if I can give you Modesta, the short version of it, I think, being human is the most important thing, which is goes in part and parcel with the love and serving people. So go in the mindset that you're here to serve people, that you're leaving the solution up to the prospect or the person that you're talking to. There's an analogy that I got from a Go Giver audiobook, and it says, a lot of people in sales, they pitch people, and you think of the sport baseball, and you pitch, right? Like you pitch that serve, you pitch that sale, but what is the one goal when you try to pitch people in baseball? Is to strike
Story,
them out,
yeah, striking out. Yes. Uh huh.
right? We're not trying to do that in sales. We're not trying to strike them out. We're not trying to like just close a deal and say thank you, for your money and run. It's like tennis. Tennis is serving, right?
Mm.
So instead of pitching people and being that creepy DMer, if you're that creepy DMer, and
Yeah.
I hate creepy DMers, and I don't want to be that myself. I try to serve people. So that's why I got on the call with you, and I said, how can I serve you? What's the number one pain that you're facing that I can see if I can help? And I honestly, on a call, will try to do that. And
Right.
I won't even pitch. And
Right. Right. Right.
so what you can do, Modesta, is you can offer, let's say it's a honeypot post on your Facebook group or someone else's group and saying, hey, would you like to learn more about how you can hit $10,000 months in affiliate marketing? I would love to give a free breakthrough call to get you started and help you get your first breakthrough. No charge, no upsell, no pitch, right? And then
Wow.
you just say comment below, let's get started or whatever, right? or affiliate. And then you get all these people saying affiliate. You DM them and say, hey, so where are you at? Are you starting? Are you, currently generating any revenue? Who are you doing affiliate marketing for? Just be human, right? And then they'll say, hey, listen, I want that call to learn how I can, you know, hit those 10,000 months. I'd love to get on that free strategy call that you promised on the post. And then you say, hey, here's my calendar link. And so Modesta, you give your calendar link to them. You tee them up on, let's say, a 30 or 45-minute call. Just give them value and say, here's your first breakthrough call on how, so many of our students have hit, $10,000 months, right? And it's 3 steps. And these 3 steps are, you know, you know, pick your niche, find your audience, and be clear on your solution or whatever. I'm just making it up on the fly, and then just give them free value. And then typically, what happens for me when I give value, and this is true for Daniel, is they come back, and I turn people away. They still come back, and so because when you give without anything in return, people feel indebted and grateful, and it's only a matter of time. They may not even be on that call because it may take more time. It may take more of you, and really, Modesta and the audience here. How much of you are you putting yourself out there in terms of your organic posts, your videos, your IG, Facebook stories? I'm a person that absolutely hates doing that. I hate promoting myself. I hate bragging. I hate putting my numbers up. But I literally in 14, no, maybe 10 days ago, I just said, okay, I got to get over myself, and I got to get over what people think about me, and I got to get over the naysayers that are going to come. And I just got to just do this because my drive and mission, my why is to, as a pastor, as I was struggling with my finances, is to help other missionaries, pastors, and families break the cycle of financial woe and poverty. And I'd love to fund child trafficking to remove children in situations where, they were obviously kidnapped and being slaved around,
Wow.
to fund those and, give as much money to save children. I've got 3 of my own children. Got on a call with a girl yesterday. She was trafficked at the age of 9, kidnapped, put into Russia for 21 years. She's since then, and in 11 years, has saved 500,000 children.
Wow.
So she's going to enter my program, and my goal is to help her collaboratively to help save millions of children's lives.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. So let me see. Let me see if there's any more questions. And yeah. So yeah, I think the today I don't, because I know you are a busy man. I don't want to hold you too long on this call. So let me just bring up your social profile that people can connect with you. So let me see. Okay. So make sure you guys follow Jay. You can go to his Facebook group. That's the first step. And yeah, just take screenshot on this ones, okay, and type it this into your browser so you can join his Facebook group. Um, and here is his website. You can also get to know more about Jay, what he has done, and how he might be able to help you to improve your high ticket game. Okay, and so is there any last word, last suggest from you, Jay? You want to say to
Yeah,
the audience?
absolutely. You're very welcome, Modesta. You're a great student, by the way. Great questions. I'd like to offer an incredible beta promotion scholarship for any of Daniel's students and anyone that's on this call. In the Calendly, or sorry, when you join the Facebook group, if you can just source that you heard about me through Daniel, then that'll trigger me to give you the beta programming. Actually, that's actually over. And so what I like to do is I'm looking for 10 more students before I start my beta program to help launch a 12 week sales ninja high ticket closing program to help you increase your sales, to help you, live the life that you dreamed about, to give you the financial freedom, the flexibility, to have more time for your kids, to travel, to buy your dream home, car, et cetera, and to help those that are loved ones and passion projects that you are, very convicted about. And, again, I'll just say sales without faith is dead. Really believe in your cause or the persons that you are vouching for. And when you are on Messenger or on calls, you really need to be passionate about that, and that will communicate so much to the person that they need what you have, because it really has transformed your lives and many other lives as well. And thank you, Daniel, for the opportunity to be on your amazing podcast, and for all that you're doing to transform so many lives too.
Oh, it's my honor to have you here, Jay. And also, I have one last word. I mean, yeah, join Jay's Facebook group, and also, yeah, find that post, and also just mention that you are working with Daniel, so Jay can put you guys in his beta program. I can tell you guys, I'm in that beta program as
Hmm.
well as few other colleagues from Jonathan's Freedom Breakthrough programs too. So I know how powerful Jay is. So don't miss this opportunity. If you really want to learn how to close high ticket sales like a sales ninja, so just go to Jay's Facebook group and yeah, find a post, drop your comment, or message him if you need. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being on the show. And Jay, it's our pleasure to have you here. And you have provided us with tremendous value. I really appreciate you. I look forward to connect with you again.
Absolutely, bro. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.